All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this Colecast presentation. Our first game coming to you live from Dreamhack Summer, stayGreen Europe, taking on Impunity. I'm your casting host, Beef, and with me we do have Sender from Team Internet Gangsters. Sender, game number one, Dreamhack Summer 2013. I mean, how excited are you, buddy?
I'm pretty excited to see this matchup. I've been wanting to see Impunity and S2I, and I've heard a lot of good stuff about them, and I finally get to see them in action when something is on the line.
Oh, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I've had the opportunity to cast Impunity before when we were covering the Southeast Asian International qualifiers down there. And, of course, this team was taking on the other rival from the scene, Moon Queen, coming out on top with the replacements from Orange Esports, and very excited to see them take on sGeu, the team formerly known as Trademark Esports. And this is the first time we're going to see them on a major competitive field since the Han Tour Finals.
Yeah, it is. And let's just get into the banning phase. And SG decided to ban the Keeper Parasite. Pretty standard. I'm not exactly sure why, but on the Hellborn side, they decided to ban out Ophelia and Parasite. They just didn't want to deal with the aggressive junglers.
Yeah, getting rid of those ones for sure. Nothing too much right there, though. I mean, Parasite definitely getting removed, but of course with Tempest sneaking on through along with another God tier hero in Rally, we see both of those making it into the lock pool, along with Lodestone, Warbeast, Pebbles, and Fade. So a very strong lock pool. And this Warbeast is definitely a hero that has been making a little bit of a burst onto the scene. We saw Complexity running him in some scrims over the last few days. Tralfenborg playing the Suicide Warbeast, and of course SG International has been known to run that as well. You think we might see a Suicide Warbeast in this game?
Well, see, usually you want to lock one counterpart to every hero that's in the locking phase. So, it kind of makes me think it's gonna be potentially a jungle Warbeast or a suicide Warbeast. They have a lot of options with the first two locks they put in. They locked Warbeast, which can jungle and suicide, and Lodestone, which is pretty good in almost any lane.
Yeah, so we'll have to see where they do put him in there. But those other locks, lots of initiators on the board, and of course got a couple suicides. And they're taking a look at the bans, though. We have Torture, Engineer, Master of Arms, Deadwood, and Moon Queen being banned out thus far. One final ban here for Impunity, going to be coming out in the next few seconds, and it will be the other hard carry in the metagame, Artillery, that is removed. So no Moon Queen Artillery. Going to be taking a step down if you're looking for a hard carry in this match.
Yeah, Artillery died off a little bit after the patch in the international scene, but I'm pretty sure in the Asian scene, the hero is still considered amongst the best heroes in the game. I often see in the past couple of days, Impunity and S2I favor Artillery a lot.
Well, yeah, I definitely could see them picking up that Artillery.
Seen that now they won't.
What's that?
They won't because it's banned. But I'm just saying.
In the future. In a different game, Sender, man, this guy, he's calling me out when I start talking about heroes that are banned there. We already see the first pick coming out, though. Aluna going to be picked up as a top tier support. Impunity counters with the Pyromancer, so a versatile hero that can be run in that solo capacity, a secondary support capacity, or even true hard support. Love seeing this hero picked up.
Yeah, I'm looking at this Predator pick, to be honest. In my opinion, I think it's probably the most powerful hero on the pool still. The hero isn't mainstream yet, but 100% mainstream, but he's very powerful if you can get the early farm up on him. And he can be very difficult to deal with.
Yeah, definitely a hero that has great farming potential, but also is able to participate in those mid-game ganks and team fights. Tundra still available on the board as well, but Predator is the pickup here for sGeu along with Bubbles, so they're going to grab that suicide. Man, oh man, strong lineup so far for
Yeah, I really like the Predator pick versus Soul Reaper. But if they can kite him around, if Impunity can kite the Predator long enough for the Stone Skin to fade, Soul Reaper then can be pretty decent versus Pred. But you need a lot of tools to deal with him. You have to live long enough. You have to kite long enough. And see, right now they need some physical damage, I feel, but they also need a hero that's good at kiting Predator. So we'll just have to see what they decide to go with.
Yeah, going to be an interesting choice whether they try to lock him down and kite him or if they're going to try to fight him head to head.
Oh,
They'll go
okay.
with Scout. And so there's the
That's a
physical
perfect pick.
damage and the disarm. That's a great pick against Predator.
Yeah, that's honestly the best possible pick. You know, like you said, you got physical damage and you have a way to disable him.
Yeah, love that pickup here from Impunity. And of course, this is a top tier hero right now. People have really discovered how to run this hero in the suicide position, and definitely looking forward to seeing how Impunity will run him. I expect that they'll run him in that role, which means that Suicide Warbeast now less than likely. Tempest, do you think that's going to be the first pick here from SG?
I think they're gonna first pick Rally. Oh no, okay. I was gonna say I think they will first pick Rally, but just because they might not want to deal with Tempest versus Scout. But you know, they decided to go with I'll say the safe pick. You know, it's really bread and butter. You know, they feel comfortable playing it, even though it's versus Scout.
Well, there's the Warbeast going to be picked up. So the jungler here for Impunity going to be picking that up. And then they got one more pick. It's going to be a strong stunner, and they go with Rally, of course, considered the most gone tier of those heroes. And what do you think about the final lineup here from Impunity?
You know, I think they drafted a pretty good lineup, to be honest with. They have a good amount of physical damage with the Warbeast and Scout. So if they need to, they can burst on a Predator through physical. They have the Pyro ultimate, which they can use whenever he's not in the stone skin. And they have the heroes they need to kite him around. It's so, you know, they got everything they need to beat Predator. You know, it just depends on execution and will they get there.
Well, right now we're going to see the Lodestone pickup completes SG, but it is time. Dreamhack Summer 2013 kicks off right here on Colecast with Beef and Sender covering stayGreen EU and Impunity Game 1 of this best of 1 series from the group stages. Sender, let's do it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this match.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good. The laning situation here, Novi Pirat, a.k.a. Zai, is playing this Lodestone, but is he going to go into the suicide position, or is he going to be playing somewhere else?
You know, I'm not quite sure how they decide to lane this. You got the Bubbles build, that really makes me think he's in a 1v1 matchup. You wouldn't really want to get those stat items. He also... Predator got pooled regen too. So... I'm kind of tending to think they might put Predator or Luna middle, and then do a suicide Lodestone and Bubble short lane, but... I'm not quite sure, to be honest.
Yeah, that would be kind of interesting to see that Predator in the middle lane going up against what I assume might be a Pyromancer and Rally. I don't know. It would be quite interesting.
The one thing you can glean from the pooled region is he won't be in a total free farm lane. You know, you're not going to pool resources to a hero if he's going to be in a 2v1 lane. So he's either going to be in the middle lane or with the Luna, or he's going to be bottom by himself. I'm pretty positive to say, at least.
Well, right now Soul Reaper is up in the top lane with that Guardian Ring. He will definitely be hanging out here looking for that early Ring of Sorcery. Miss Air going to be coming over on the Pyromancer. Already has 2 wards and a Ward of Revelation, so it's possible that we will see a Pyromancer actually trying to de-ward the pull and actually pull up top. Do you think that we might see the Rally solo mid then?
That's definitely possible. Wait. So, I just realized this, but normally Shuyu is their second support player and jungle player, but, you know, he's very capable of playing other roles, and apparently for the Impunity, they like to put Kiddo in the jungle. However, his items on the Warbeast are kind of odd. I don't really think the Basilisk Mana Potion build's the best. I usually want to get the Hatchet, but I don't know.
Yeah, this is definitely an old school build from before the Hatchet was actually buffed the way that it is now. And yeah, like you said, this is not one that we see too often these days, but Kiddo going to be relying on his mana regen and consistent wolves coming out. And well, with this build and good micro, he should be able to sustain himself for about the first 3 minutes of the game without having to get any additional regen or use of the courier. And right now he will use the Hellhounds to go ahead and pull back the lane in the bottom, hopefully going to give Enkindler on Scout better position.
It looks like they're gonna run the dual lane mid with Pyromancer. Maybe they just want an early counter ward in case they see them place a ward, or as most people do, they block the pole camp, the medium camp, you know, and with the ward, and it's most times pretty easy to counter ward. So just a little bit of foresight and some, you know, mind games. You know, he's pretty positive they'll place a ward that he can counter, and you know it pays off this time. He guessed correctly.
Well, that helps. Check out Enkindler in the bottom lane. The Warbeast Hellhounds were not going to be used to pull. Enkindler will do that himself. The Warbeast minions are going to go ahead and block two camps here.
I really like this. This is really nice.
This is going to really give Tempest a bad time. Probably set him back about 45 seconds on this rotation. Both of the camps blocked, and now we're going to see Minuts have to rotate all the way over, and he's going to have to start with a Skeleton King camp.
I mean, if this wasn't a Skeleton King camp, it honestly wouldn't be that bad. But this is going to be one that's really hard to kill outside the camp. So it's not the best jungle, but he should be fine. It is Tempest after all.
Yeah, it's not like you're starting with a Warbeast, who would have a very, very hard time if he had to go up against Catman Champions or Minotaurs right off the bat. And Enkindler does get the good lane position over here, managing to snag all the CS so far off of this lane, and Predator having a pretty rough time. Not a rough time. Not a rough time as much as he's not able to shut the scout down.
Well, is there a... I mean, you're really not going to be able to shut down a scout. You know, it's a 1v1 matchup. Maybe if the Tempest makes an impactful play in the next couple minutes, but I expect both heroes to get good farm, to be honest. Like, the scout has the disarm, which you can use to mess up Predator's last hits or harass the Predator.
Yeah, we will see Enkindler start to put some pressure onto Predator at some point, but Pred with the Carnivorous and the stacked regen, he's not going to care about that too much.
In this top lane, we see Limp doing pretty good. I mean, he has some more creeps that he needs to get killed, but he already has more GPM than the Soul Reaper, even with having less creeps to kill so far. So he's outplaying his opponent in his lane so far.
Yeah, Lady Ricardo up here on the Soul Reaper, using his mana to actually put harassment onto Bubbles as well, but with that take cover being used against the Judgments, we have a very good jump coming out of Limp, making sure to minimize the damage. Invisible
in the middle
lane. Yeah, Rocket Troll comes in, the nice compel, not going to stun, but does spirit away poor little Pyromancer, making sure that he does not get killed.
Yeah, some nice harassment. They'd use about 2 spells to make a potion be used, so some effective harassment.
Yeah, not too bad. Taking a look at this bottom lane once again. The tower is pushing the creeps right now. But Enkindler sitting at 13 and 4 CS as opposed to the 13 and 2 of Haxerin on Pred. So very, very even, like you expected. But Boots just picked up here on Enkindler. And Predator still has a ton of regen, whereas Scout is going to start to run out as Haxerin throws in these big carnivorous autos.
Warbeast did elect to go Battle Cry this game, so that could make a pretty big impact in the middle lane, in the long lane, and potentially even in the short lane, in the Soul Reaper versus Bubbles matchup. But, you know, it's probably going to help them edge out all their lanes, to be honest.
Well, middle lane once again, though. Rocket Troll going to be used. Head smash on the Pyro, but Aluna is going to be the first to go down after Rally and Pyromancer double stunner. And Impunity taking the Bloodlust in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly a really difficult lane to deal with. You have the Rally Pyro, and then you also have the War Cry on top of that. I mean, to be honest, if you get caught out, like, especially if the Luna ever gets caught out, he's probably just going to die. I mean, it's really hard to live through that combo, especially with the War Cry up.
Yeah, having a hard time, but down goes Fitzky. That first kill, pretty important. Emperor likes to say win mid, win game, because these sideline matchups really do come down to skill. But at this point, SG is kind of being carried a little bit by Limp winning his long lane, and that's a very, very big deal.
Yeah, you know, whenever you can win your long lane, it's actually really noticeable. You expect your short lane hero to always come out of lane with free farm, and if you can ever disrupt that, it's honestly just a huge morale boost, and also it's really nice for the in-game itself, but in my opinion, it's just so big on the morale.
Yeah, absolutely. Ring of the Teacher just picked up here on Scout, so he's finally going to be able to start using that invis a little bit more effectively. But he is completely out of regen and is choosing to seed that lane. Middle lane, though, more pressure being applied as Rally has thrown in the autos. He's actually hasted, going hard onto a Luna. Going to go for a dive right here. Tempest is coming over as well. They're going to turn this one around. sGeu is actually going to help to get the kill, but he will go down eventually. The tower, Lodestone, and Tempest finishing him off, and Lodestone going hard in the middle lane. Head Smash is not available, not enough mana, but Lodestone going to try to walk down Pyromancer. There's the mana, and a double tap for sGeu in the middle lane.
Yeah, you know, a little bit of an overextension by sGeu. He probably could have just gone for the safe kill on Lodestone, and you know, now it's gonna hit them hard. Lodestone's level 6. If he can land his combo off, it could lead to another kill and into him snowballing.
Yeah, definitely. When we do see him go in and hit that 6, that's when he's going to start to get pretty nasty. But so far, sGeu has responded to any aggression coming out of sGeu pretty appropriately, taking 2 kills there. Bottom lane Scout was just forced out of the lane. You can see him in the well regenning right now, picking up a TP. And Endkindler had a pretty good early game, but since then, Steam Boots on Predator, and Haxorn is completely forced Scout out of here.
Well, like you said earlier, Haxorn did have extra regen, plus Endkindler did use some of his time putting Scout Eyes in the Tempest jungle. However, Minuts is still farming very well, 340 GPMs, got the level 6, decides to push the bottom tower. I don't know if they're going to get this or how long it's going to take, but if they can get the tower, it's going to be a nice gold boost, especially to the supports, help them get the boots.
It looks like they probably will get this. Nobody carrying TPs here on the Hellborn side. Yeah, not a single TP. So this tower very much so will go down. Scout perhaps going to go for a deny. Tempest was looking for it, though. There's the bite coming in, and the Elemental Void going to be used. Scout going to interrupt it with the Scout Eye, and he has a Vanish here in 1 second. Not going to be soon enough. Minuts picks up his second kill of the game, and just like that, they're going to go for a second tower.
Yeah, he went for the big play, didn't pay off, but it's nice to see. And then, is the Warbeast? No, Warbeast can't gank. He's not level 6 yet. He might actually fall here even.
He certainly could. Limp, using kind of an odd shell surf, was just checking that top rune, I guess, rather than going for the kill. And I definitely think he could have gotten that kill if he had really wanted to.
It's really risky. I mean, you have a Soul Reaper with heals that's right next to him. It's kind of unnecessary risk. Like, you're already doing so well in your top lane. Your team's doing good in the other lanes. Just don't take risks like that. Just take the smart, safe plays.
Yeah, I agree. That would have been a pretty big risk. Right now, though, Zai heading up top. He's looking for the Warbeast, but a Hellhound will scout out Novi Pirat. And Zai falls back, instead going to just camp the 8-minute rune top. Fitsky doing a little bit of pulling as Predator's still harassing the hell out of Scout in the bottom lane. Hack's pushed way up, but so far Impunity reluctant to really try to mount a gank. Their ganking force at this point is relatively weak.
Yeah, you need Warbeast level 6 before he can really get active, and he's had a slow start. I think he should be like level 7 or 8 about now. And however, the Scout could definitely gank the middle lane, but the creep wave was pushed into his tower. Probably wanted to farm that. He might go the gank now, I think.
Yeah, it's possible, but he still doesn't have any Ghost Marchers, and you'd really like to see those for the additional damage and movement speed of Scout before he does start getting really aggressive with these ganks. But does pop the Vanish here in the middle lane and might try to give his team a little bit of scouting information. Rally probably looking for a setup here. Top lane, Bubbles and Soul Reaper still just duking it out. I don't know about this middle lane. Sender, here comes Tempest. No Elemental Void. Rocket Drill going to be used, but not going to go for the stun and the slingshot on it.
Oh yeah, if he went for that, it would have been a little deep. You don't have the ultimate on Tempest, and I mean, honestly, he would have just got best case scenario for SG, he just gets compelled out. He's not going to die. Worst case scenario, the Scout that's not on the mini map is there, and you probably get a counter kill on top of you.
Yeah, once again, it's about not taking risks when you are this far ahead. 9 minutes in, up 3K gold and 2K experience. You don't need to take those risks. You just continue to make those small advantages happen and take advantage of the ones you already do have.
And Predator picked up his Alk Bones about 30 seconds ago. It's gonna boost his gold a lot. You know, he's got his farming items now. Now he just needs to get the Insanitarius and Elder Parasite, and he's gonna be a huge threat in this game. He's gonna do so much damage with only about...
Bottom river. Scout and Luna not gonna tango. Fitsky gonna run down the river, and Endkindler just not feeling confident. I don't know. This just seems like the Scout has not had much of a presence so far in this game.
Yeah, you know, he just... Oh, yeah.
Rally gonna have to get out of there. The rocket drill was used, but Rally gonna run the distraction as this tower will likely be taken out. TP comes in. Glyph Fortification is up. This tower is in deny range. Bubbles comes in with the two-man Kelpfield. Did not catch Soul Reaper. Warbeast did not have mana for the Metamorphosis. And the Shadow Storm not going to be used by Zai either. Rally uses the Compel to get everybody out of there. And Fitsky somehow gets a tower in the bottom lane. Level 5 Aluna cleaning up a tier 2. Impunity.
Oh, and a tower deny. I mean,
Rough.
they'd use one cooldown, which was the Bubbles, the Kelp Field, so only about an 80-second cooldown. Should be up for the next fight, but right now they're pressuring the top tower. I'd expect Impunity to put up a defense.
Yeah, they need to make something happen right now because it's not going well for them in any lanes. Rally is going to get stunned in the middle lane. The Shadow Storm once again not going to be used on cooldown. Oh, Seismic Slam turnaround with a Compel there. Aluna will drop. Rally going to go for a little bit of a juke. Try to sip these bottles. Lodestone is not going to go for the kill. So sGeu gets the 1v2 kill onto Aluna.
Yeah, but, you know, it's not really worth it. You traded a support kill for a tower kill. Like, you know, it's gold to the team, it's map control. I would have rather seen them to defend the tower, but at least they got something out of the tower. You know, maybe they didn't want to defend, which is possible. But, so getting something is better than nothing, but I would have preferred to see the tower defense.
Oh man, right now, Predator actually going to go on to Scout in the bottom lane. Just finished up his Ghost Marchers. And this is really the underlying threat here for stayGreen EU is Haxrin, 450 gold per minute. Top lane, though, Lady Ricardo in some trouble. Glacial Blast into the Shell Surf, the Silence, and the Elemental Void. Is it going to be enough damage? Power Throw from Fitsky secures the kill. 3 players from the Hellborn side trying to make a response. Make that 4. Pyromancer is there, has the Dragonfire available. Takes a 1-second stun from Aluna. There's the Glacial Blast as well. Kelpfield onto 3. Pyromancer taking a lot of damage. Compel does catch Aluna, though, but in the backfield, Bubble's able to get the kill onto Pyromancer. It looks like Aluna should get run down here by the Metamorphosis Warbeast, and Tempest trying to get away as well. That's a full health and mana Lodestone. Shatterstorm going to be activated. In comes the Rocket Drill. The Shatterstorm is going to connect onto 2, but no kills just yet. They're going to turn around and man up on that low
Predator
armor.
reported in the top lane.
But here's Predator. Shellsurf, Song of the Sea, finishes off Tempest, and Rally might go down to the Tempest minions. Oh, the Rocket Drill barely going to miss after a nice Compel coming out of sGeu. And they will let sGeu go. Do not want to overextend after already taking a massive fight.
Yeah, you know, a pretty good exchange for sG. They killed the Soul Reaper, and then they got the Pyro, right? So it's 2 for 1. No, it's 2 for 2. No, okay. I guess it's even.
Yeah, they got the Tempest. I don't know. It just seemed like it was a better engagement there. And the experience in gold definitely shifted in favor of the Legion team. Oh, tempted Emerald Lightning in the middle lane, but bad bounces coming out from Fitsky. They want this Soul Reaper. There's 4 of them here in the middle lane.
They really want to push their advantage. I think they got Elder Parasite on Pred. They got most of their core items. They have Portal Key up on Bubbles. They're pretty strong right now.
Yeah, they certainly are. And looks like this tower will likely go down. Glacial Blast going to be used. A deep Venomous Leap coming in. There's a beautiful Silence. And Soul Reaper will be the first casualty. Rally taking a 2-second stun as well. Otto's going to finish him off. Scout Silence just a little too late. Pyromancer choosing to back on up. 2 players dead. And this tower will drop.
You know, I would have liked to see the Scout be there preemptively. You know, if he was there with the Silence, like as they jumped them, there could have been a pretty good fight for them. But, you know, Impunity didn't show up prepared for the fight, and as a result, they lost 2 hero kills. And, 2 towers? So, definitely, stayGreen are looking to be in a really good position right now with the 10,000 gold lead.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing that this Hellborn team has to respond with at this point. Warbeast is going for a little bit of a split push, but I mean, you might even call him a poor beast at this point, sitting at only 255 gold per minute. He's just going to be finishing up Steam Boots, perhaps in the next 100 gold. Could be looking for something like Mighty Blade as well. But SG, after taking their 5th tower, they're just going to fall back into the jungle and try to expand on this experience and gold lead.
And it looks like Impunity want to make something happen. They're tired of being bossed around this game. But their scout really doesn't have mana. It's probably not wise to be taking a fight right now.
Warbeast is split pushing, and if they engage mid, which they are, Silence Kelpfield comes out, and there's Tempest. Elemental Void onto 2, stacking the stuns though a little bit, and the interrupt comes in from Pyromancer, Compel Seismic Slam, finishing off a Luna. Rally going to be going, or excuse me, Rally getting gone on by Predator here. Warbeast was able to take the tower up in the top lane, but Pred with the Venomous Leap onto Rally should be able to finish him off with the assistance from 2 other SG members. Another big golden experience bonus, but Warbeast is in the opposing team's base, pressuring that tower right now.
So right there, they traded what? They traded they traded the Rally for a tower. And they forced the Tempest Ultimate Void, so it's actually not the worst exchange.
They lost Pyro as well.
Well,
they got 2 towers.
I counted this.
No, 1 tower.
No, 1 tower. I was like, so it was like support for support on top plus a Rally.
Yes.
So, it was like pretty much a Rally for a tower. That was the exchange.
Perhaps the bigger issue is the double tap on Haxrin, though.
True, it did boost his gold per minute a lot. And is he going Frostburn now?
Well, he's either going Frostburn or Shrunken Head. Oh, man. Lodestone gets a kill onto Pyromancer, Lady Ricardo, and, well, Miss Air, actually. Having a little bit of a hard time there. Oof.
Oh, and they got they picked up the Bound Eye on Zai. It's going to be really good. Get the full map control going, or at least attempt. You still got to guess the right areas. It's not as easy as it was before, but, if you know what you're doing, it's still pretty effective. And Haxorn decided they go with the Ice Brand. I would have preferred to see the Insantarius. I mean, he's not.
I agree.
He really shouldn't be dying. You just need attack speed at the early stages of the game for Predator to do good damage with the Terror.
Yeah, I agree. I think I would have liked that Insantarius a little bit as well. Definitely gives you an additional ability to farm and, of course, a huge damage boost, whereas a little bit more of a defensive item here in the Ice Brand, and then giving you a little bit more chasing power as well. And Kindler still running around, dropping Scout Eyes everywhere that he can, blocking the Ancients once more, but they're already triple stacked, and that Electric Eye will likely be scouted out when sGeu does walk over to drop those triple stacks. At this point, they're not looking to do much of anything, probably just going to farm up until they've got their next big set of items, look for a Kongor, look to drop that 6th tower, and then try to finish the game.
Yeah, I mean, I would honestly like to see sGeu keep the pressure. They have a lot of their core items finished where, Impunity really have, an Energizer, a Helm of the Black Legion, Abyssal Skull, and a Tablet. I feel like they could just keep forcing the issue, and it looks like they might. I think they're going to push out the middle lane and the top lane and converge on the tier 2 tower top.
That's certainly a possibility. 2 heading top already, while the others push out middle. And yeah, the Tempest minions plus the neutrals will push out mid, while the rest of them do look to take that 6th and final tower outside top. Novi Pirat's still playing Minesweeper with that Bound Eye. Looking for
he's
something.
trying to get the lane ward.
But there's none.
See, yeah, with the new Bound Eye, it's not about playing Minesweeper. It's about, you say your team has a goal, and your goal is to push a tower, or your goal is to gank a hero. So what you can do is you check that area. It's about, so you can clear the vision out. It takes a lot more strategy into it. You got to pick and choose where you want to take the fights and make sure, instead of just clear the whole map.
Oh, middle lane, Bubbles gets the 3-man Silence Kelpfield off. Uses the Shell Surface, mass TPs are coming in. Rally gets a 2-man stun, but he's going to get stunned himself. He takes a 3-second stun from a Luna, and a Shadow Storm going to be used right here. They're trying to go into Pyromancer. Rally does drop. Pyro joins him 6 feet under, and that was the momentum that sGeu needed. They're going to go ahead and just march right up the middle lane for now.
Yeah, I mean, Impunity did get a tower kill at least, and Warbeast was farming, but you know, 2 hero kills is not really what you want, and there's gonna be a lot of damage on this base tower dealt. I mean, sure, you might even have to buy back on this
Yeah,
rally.
I think he might have to. Scout going to be TPing back in pretty soon. They're going to just let this drop, it looks like. Pyromancer is back up, and this tower will die unless she buys back. They don't care.
I mean, it might even die regardless.
Yeah, it's possible. Shu will buy out on a helmet victim here, and is going to be coming on in. The melee racks in some serious trouble though, and there's the stun using the rocket drill. Dragonfire going to miss. Demonic execution onto Predator. Predator going to go in. Elemental void onto 3 players right here. Scout could be looking for an electric eye, but it's not going to happen. Those players are just dropping like flies. Warbeast and Soul Reaper already down. Rally most likely going to join him. Head smash finishes him off. Pyro Strike does finish off Lodestone though. Tempest comes back in, drops the Glacial Blast onto Pyromancer, and the Shell Surf not going to be connecting in the end though. The melee ranks will fall. Only 1 player dead here from sGeu as they take a massive resource advantage, and they're still looking pretty good with that 1 racks up.
Yeah, I mean, they did get Bound Eye. They got a tower kill bottom, but you know, they lost a lot for that. You know, they 3 hero kills in the racks, like, and Predator's getting bigger. Now he's a Frostburn, almost as a Dawnbringer and 600 gold, which will probably get off this bottom lane. Right now, Limp's doing some Ancients with the help of Minuts. Maybe look at the Scout Eye and, you know, they'll respawn in a minute. Or the next minute afterwards, but...
Yeah, speaking of that Scout Eye, though, it was once again the situation that you're talking about, that you would have liked Scout to be there a little bit earlier. He could have had an Electric Eye down, hopefully, to silence that Tempest, and instead he was trying to push out the bottom lane, did help secure that tower. Scout will get the kill into Bubbles here, and they're going to go ahead and snag a few of these Ancients.
I wouldn't mind that play so much, or like if he was trying to get an item, but the creeps are going to take the tower anyways. Like, SG weren't going to back off at that point, so if you're going to pull 3,000 gold, you should, like, 100% be there to defend and be in a good position to have a Scout Eye down, because you're not, what's the point of being there? You're going to get the tower anyways. You don't need the gold right now. Yeah,
kind of an odd decision. Soul's Bulwark just picked up here by Predator, so opting not to go for the full Dawnbringer route, finding that the mana regen and increased movement speed is just not too necessary at this point. And instead wants the negative armor from that Soul's Bulwark, which I don't mind that decision at all. If he does finish that up into a Demonic Breastplate soon, he will have the attack speed that he was lacking after not going that Insanitarius route.
Yeah, I mean, the Souls is a good pickup. The Dawnbringer is a nice upgrade, but you know, the minus armor will help a lot. You know, Warbeast only has 9, even with the Abyssal Skull, so it's gonna be in low numbers of like 5 or 6 armor in some of these heroes.
Well, and then you get the Terror on him as well, which is what, -6?
Yeah, so they're gonna be really low.
Yeah, Warbeast will actually be down to negative armor.
Right now they're trying to sneak in Kongor. They may get it, but SG are starting to move.
Might be able to, yeah. Kiddo can kill this relatively fast. Oh, Red Power Throw scouts it out. Immediately, the Hellborn team going to choose to retreat. Fitsky and Nove Pirat looking for a kill. Barbed Armor going to be activated. And Kelfield will catch 1 here. Soul Reaper going to get stunned out. And Bubbles will see that, but not going to go in for a kill yet. Ooh, SGU is really wanting to commit to a kill, but not quite able to find anybody.
Yeah, I mean, they just want to keep fighting. You know, they don't want to dodge. They have an advantage. They want to get further ahead by taking fights. I mean, and at this point, they can't really get further ahead by, like, split farming because they don't really have the pickoffs that they can get. But they're just going to take the Kongor kill, either force a fight or get the token.
And right now, it does look like they will most likely just get that token. The Hellborn team not going to react. Scout instead pushing the base tower. So they're putting pressure on the top and bottom towers, at least knocking some life off. In middle lane, Shellsurf Song of the Sea comes in. Kelfield is on cooldown. Shatterstorm gonna hit 2 right here. Down goes Soul Reaper. Elemental Void gonna catch Rally and Pyromancer. Pyro goes down. Rally joins him, and there are just 2 players left. Warbeast in the Metamorphosis mode, running away. Scout still trying to work on this tower. Shrunken Head not going to help him much in that regard. But sGeu is 5 up, and they're going to march into a base.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Impunity should have been there. I feel like the story of this game has been 3 or 4 players on Impunity like being on the same page, and then maybe like one person doing their own thing, and it's been hurting them every time. They've always gotten caught out of position as a result.
Is this Scout going to take Rax? No, he did get hit just a little bit too hard there by a red power throw and had to back up, so good job from Fitzky. If that red power throw hadn't connected, I feel like he might have gotten those racks.
No, Tempest was on the way. I don't think he was going to get it.
Well, range racks go down in the middle lane as Impunity is just failing to defend their base. Did lose that top tier 2 tower as well. Dawnbringer just finished up on Predator. You're going to have a Sheepstick momentarily on Bubbles. The Shrunken Head with Portal Key is now finished up on Tempest. 2,000 gold saved up on the Barbed Armor Portal Key Lodestone. sGeu has all the tools at their disposal now to finish this game right here, right now.
Yeah, I mean, Limp is about to finish up a Hex, so it's going to be a really nice CC tool. You can just blink Hex someone, and there's really nothing the Hellborn team can do about it other than maybe a Rally Compel or a Tablet, but you know, they'll still be able to focus him most likely. And then you have Zai picking up an Abyssal Skull. So I mean, if you look at their items, every hero on the team pretty much has a teamfight item in some regards, be it a CC tool or like something that helps the team overall.
Yeah, they're definitely coordinating their items over there. But I'm a little bit scared for this next engagement. Scout is going to go for a backdoor right here, and he very well might be able to bring these racks down. They're going to catch Shuyu now, and the leap comes in. Oh my god, Predator just tearing through Rally. Scout gonna force the Glyph Fortification, and no follow-up going to be coming in. The Hellhounds do show up as well. They're going to work on the racks, and Scout might go for a suicide onto that. He's just going to wait and say, if you guys stop protecting that for even an instant, I'm going to backdoor that racks.
I mean, he could have gone in, you know, he could just go in, use the BKB, kill the racks, TP out. You should know the Void's on cooldown.
I think that's exactly what he wants to do, except he hasn't used the Shrunken Head. There it is, but the auto attacks at this point might be enough. No, not quite. And Bubbles goes in with the Sheepstick top lane, though. Lady Ricardo getting stunned. There's a stun on the Pyromancer as well. Predator shreds that poor little Soul Reaper. Pyro gets stunned from the Kelp Field, and Pred cleans him up as well. Limp gets credit for both those kills, as Scout has shown up with the marksman shot onto Fitzky. Warbeast in trouble, though. Shellsurf comes in, dealing the damage onto him. Predator still going hard. Gonna turn around onto Scout and Warbeast. But Hacks are just a little bit too scared. Seismic Sam will finish Bubbles most likely. No, a beautiful take cover. Bubbles will eventually go down. Scout gets taken up by Predator. Predator turns his attention to Rally. Rally goes down as well. And Lodestone and Predator finish off Pyromancer. The Hacks now going to be exposed as soon as this tower is taken out. And I would expect GG well played here momentarily.
Yeah, I don't think there's really much they can do at this point. The SG's just going to keep going, and there's no way they can stop the push.
Yeah, absolutely no response going to be had here as GG well playeds come out. stayGreen EU going to come out victorious in this first group stage match, taking it 1-0 over Impunity and putting them off to a very good start in the groups.
Yeah, you know, that game, SG got a... I mean, actually, Impunity started off really well in the middle lane, and then an overextension kind of hurt them really hard, and then from that point on, SG just got a lot of kills in the lanes, and then they got a pretty small or decent advantage, and then Impunity kept getting caught out of position, and then that was pretty much just the story of the game.
Yeah, definitely some strong showing there from stayGreen, or excuse me, stayGreen Europe.
EU.
stayGreen EU. Playing it very well, and definitely looking forward to them. I mean, they were kind of a wild card coming into this event, as we just had not seen them for a little while, but showing us right here and right now that they have not lost a beat. And definitely looking forward to seeing more of them in the very near future here. And do want to mention, guys, what our next matchup is going to be. Right now, we are going to be going into stayGreen versus Kung Fu Gaming. That matchup scheduled to start in about 20 minutes, so don't go anywhere. More coverage of Dreamhack Summer with Beef and Sender right here on Colecast going to be coming up next.